This year, the award is being presented to Jennifer Fink from Anoka County Parks and Recreation. And to introduce Jennifer is John Von DeLinde, the Director of Anoka County Parks and Recreation.
Thank you very much, Chris, and also thank you to the awards committee. And also I want to acknowledge Jason West and his work in collaborating on this award nomination for Jennifer Fink. It's a real privilege and an honor to present this award to Jennifer, this year's Horizon Award recipient. Jennifer joined the Anoka County Parks team back in 2005 as our marketing coordinator. And when she came to the county, she came with a degree in business and some experience in the marketing field in the private sector. So we were a wee bit skeptical about how this marriage was going to work, but it's turned out very well. I think Jennifer realized shortly after she got into working with us that she really had a passion and a drive and a desire to serve people through Parks and Recreation. It didn't take long for Jennifer to move up through the ranks. She received a promotion. She's now serving as our Marketing and Visitor Services Manager, and her responsibilities have been expanding right along. If you know Jennifer, you know that she's a significant source of energy and enthusiasm and ideas, and sometimes she has some opinions about a few things that she's willing to put out there in a very, gingerly, way. And so we have to try to extract these things from her. And I think we've done a pretty good job with that. Jennifer also quickly jumped into the profession. As you know, many of you know, when she started with us in 2005, she didn't know any of you. She didn't know anything about MRPA or really much about Parks and Rec other than through her own personal experience. But she has served for the last 6 years on the annual conference committee. She chaired the conference committee in 2009. She is our chair of the conference committee coming forward in 2012. She's also co-chaired the annual, she's also co-chaired the administrative section, and she served on a variety of committees, including communications, the editorial board, the administrative section, the annual conference committee, as I mentioned, and also the professional development committee. So just a host of activities she's been involved with in 6 short years. Back at Anoka County, Jennifer is currently serving on the ACUWFDCC, which is the Anoka County United Way Fund Drive Campaign Committee, and she's also a member of the Hard at Work Committee, the Anoka County Community Leadership Committee, and County Training Committee, and I probably missed some. Jennifer has, I think, accomplished more in her 6 years with Anoka County and with MRPA than most of us would probably hope to do in a lifetime in this profession. And so I'm really honored and privileged to be able to extend to Jennifer this very worthwhile and well-earned, well-deserved award, the Horizon Award. Jennifer.
Donna, I brought a stool for you, but I can see under here that you might have already brought. So I'll just leave it there in case you need to. I am deeply honored to have been selected as this year's Horizon Award winner. I am sincerely grateful for the recognition from the awards committee and from the membership as a whole. I don't think that I'm speaking out of turn at all when I say that there are many of you who deserve this award, and if I could share it with you, I would. I think that Brad Martin said it best last year when he said there's a lot of pressure for this speech. You're the warm-up act for the Big Time Awards, and you can't be too long, can't be too short, and I can only guess that Donna is going to have much better stories than I will. As John stated, when I started in this profession 5 years ago, I was different. Now, I know Parks and Recreation is home to many of the oddballs. John Oyanagi, I'm not looking at you. But I was then, and I still am a bit different. You are welcome to insert your, really, what was your first clue comments here? But I do have a business degree, and I come from a construction company. And before that, I worked for a moving company. For all I knew, John Von DeLinde had to hire me because I was the only one who wasn't late for the second interview. But beyond all that, there was a lot about Parks and Recreation that intrigued me. First, who doesn't want to work in the middle of nature? I know that I am blessed. I have a view into 1,600 acres of beautiful land every day, just outside my office window. We have meetings outside, and we do that on purpose. I get paid to take photos of a water park, be out at a golf course, and film kids having fun while at summer camp. How amazing is that? Second, I get to sell Parks and Recreation. One of the aspects of what I do is selling us. Selling and promoting the wonderful things that each and every one of us do. The list is long, and you all know it, but for the record, I truly do enjoy introducing kids to and am nurturing their love for the outdoors. Sometimes that's as easy as helping them make mud pies, and other times that's working on plans for multi-million-dollar facility, parks, and trails upgrades. I love getting to help people celebrate almost every milestone in their lives through our facility reservations, family reunions, baptisms, weddings, and even funerals. We do truly get to celebrate a life well lived. We provide opportunities for kids, seniors, and everyone in between to walk, run, bike, and paddle your way to better health. And finally, I get to be a part of a much bigger family, MRPA. When I first walked into an editorial board meeting for the new magazine initiative, little did I know that I would be walking into all of this. My husband belongs to a professional organization through his work in industrial security, and I have friends who belong to other organizations as well. None seem to have the same connections, camaraderie, or generate the fond memories that you all have from MRPA over the years. MRPA embraced me with these out-of-this-world ideas that John has to pull out of me, and welcomed this slightly different business major into the family. I do want to give a thank you to Michelle Snyder. She's been an amazing person to get to know, and her heart of gold and love for MRPA show. I knew I was getting really involved in MRPA when Michelle and I stopped leaving phone numbers when we needed return phone calls. Every time you call Michelle, you get the very enthusiastic greeting, and I'm sure you've all heard it, probably can say it with me, but good afternoon, this is Michelle. Michelle, thank you very much for allowing me to be so heavily involved in this wonderful organization. I also need to thank John Vondelinde and my fantastic set of coworkers and employees. John took a chance on a youngish kid who had no experience in Parks and Recreation, and in the final interview asked questions like, so, that small little park across the street, the one that has 2 swings and a slide, yeah, across from the 1,600 acres of Bunker Hills Regional Park, is that one of ours? You see, I didn't know the difference between a municipal park, a county park, or a state park. And don't tell anyone, but I grew up camping in private campgrounds. And now I've learned so much from John, Karen, Jeff, Todd, Corey, and the others in my department. I can talk about a controlled burn. I can tell the difference between a gray-headed coneflower and a black-eyed Susan. I can discuss master plans. I even know what a CPO is. I can talk about the differences between passive and programmed recreation, and I can even quote the infamous Mr. V when talking about the importance of political capital. I also work daily with the Fab Four in my office, Molly, Debbie, Jody, and the fantastic Alyssa. You truly do make going to work a joy. I also want to thank the many friends I have made at MRPA. Through my work with the editorial board, board of directors, the Leadership Academy, and annual conferences, I have made lifelong friends. At this time, I'm going to insert a shameless plug for the 2012 annual conference. My cohort in crime and my partner in world domination, Jason West, who I have to thank for this award nomination, we've been working really hard for the last year, along with some other fantastic professionals who are in the room with you today. We're working really hard to create a once-in-a-lifetime conference at Craigens Resort, September 18th through the 21st, mark your calendars. And we're going to have an adventure race, some amazing speakers, and if I know Roxanne Maxey and Michelle Okada, we're going to have amazing food. If you haven't booked your rooms yet, you might lose out. As we mentioned earlier, Schmerpa might have already booked half the cabins. But in all seriousness, as we move forward through 2012, this association is going to need the help of many of you at MRPA. MRPA is celebrating 75 years of Parks and Recreation excellence. We are also jumping into the beginning of a new strategic plan, and these are both intrinsically tied together. The board has determined 5 main areas to concentrate on this first year, and in order for them to succeed, everyone here needs to stand up and participate. We all benefit from this organization: job postings, knowledge sharing, group services, lobbying efforts, and definitely connections and friendships. In order for this organization to enjoy another 75 years of continued growth, improvement, and vitality, each of us needs to stop sitting back and letting others do the work. I promise that if you take a chance and get involved, you will get more out of it than you ever put in. And lastly, I need to say a thank you to my husband, Chris. When he moved here from Phoenix, little did he know that when he met and fell in love with a Minnesota girl, he was signing up for a lifetime of kids and winters, because we Minnesota girls don't leave. He continues to stay here and support me because he knows that I love what I'm doing and that I really would miss the white Christmases, hopefully next year, skating, and definitely the people here in this room. Thank you, Chris, for being my biggest fan. Congratulations to all of the other award winners today. You are truly what makes this profession association great.